Greetings, beautiful humans. My name is AJ, owner of AJ Inc. Triple M Coaching, and founder of our home on the web, hackyourself.net. Thank you for joining me on this channel update. Me and my dragons of fire are going to do our first channel update. So what I wanted to do on this video is introduce myself officially. I've had a few of my experiences put up leaving XJW and some of my music, so some of you know me through that. I was kind of feeling like I already introduced myself because I'm in the middle of writing 3 books and I have a little part about myself in each, but those aren't released yet. So I thought maybe for my first channel update I should just introduce myself and my scaredy cat who's scared of cars that drive by, and kind of give you an idea of how I approach coaching. And part of my process is my entire family has fallen apart right at the beginning of starting this business. I kind of thought I was going to have a stable home to work out of, and instead I am working with no income, living in my van, and it's kind of exciting. And so I wanted to have kind of a little vlog update once a month maybe to see where I'm at with it, because up until about a year and a half to 2 years ago, I don't know, I was running a window, gutter, and carpet cleaning business, and I was in the cult of Jehovah's Witnesses. And in the process of figuring out I was in a cult, I lost my family, lost my business, and like I said, kind of rebuilt. Thought I was gonna hit go on this business when I released my why I left Jehovah's Witnesses video. I thought I had a stable place, and just like anything, it can get ripped out from under you. And I found in the last couple of weeks it was really just a blessing from the universe, pointing me in the right direction. But being in such a weird spot where I'm literally parked out in front of a friend's house with an extension cord to my van and I'm trying to start my business, thought it would be fun to just give updates and show you how manifesting your reality works, because I've done this so many times. I'm not scared. I mean, I was in the beginning because I'd never been out on my complete own, without a house to stay at, or at least a job to make some money. And the kind of coaching that I do is kind of hard to monetize on, because I believe that there's nothing wrong with you. I fully believe that. I believe that people who come to me for coaching are literally paying me to help them unlearn stuff they didn't need to know. And so it's hard for me to monetize on that. So I've kind of, to help, I'm writing 3 books kind of in a series. One is entitled, my first book is going to be entitled The Healthy Human Handbook. And it's going to teach you how your unconscious mind and your conscious mind work, give you some illustrations on how your imagination is actually the programming place of your unconscious mind. And by the time you're done with that book, you're going to know how to recognize false beliefs inside yourself, and you're going to know what the nature of reality is. You're going to be able to see through the illusion of the matrix around you, and you're going to know what hypnosis is. So the book itself is designed to break hypnosis so that you're fully awake and aware of the crazy situation that we're in. But it gets exciting, because once you get out of all those boxes that you've been put in your whole life, then you can start becoming the creator of your own reality. And that's where the book's in series. Then the next book is called The Healthy Family Handbook, and that is all my knowledge on stopping ancestral patterns of trauma, healing your own past trauma in your body, and ultimately creating a healthy family environment, which anybody that's been in one of the 3 or 4 families I've built probably will say, you have no business writing a book on this. But I actually do, because I've been paying attention. And I've been trying my hardest to implement the things that I've been paying attention to. I just haven't found a group of people that are as interested in changing as I am. And usually my approach in the past came off very preachy and like, I know what the hell I'm doing and none of you do. And so no wonder I didn't know how to communicate back then. I had a lot of my own trauma. So since I've resolved that and spent many, many, many days in the woods by myself, it's all coming out in easy lessons, stories, metaphors that will help you to just rid your family of toxic traits and patterns, and rid yourself of toxic behavior. And once you do that, narcissists expose themselves, and they either, if it's childhood trauma that's causing their narcissism, oftentimes they can heal. But if they're unwilling to look at it, most times they just run away and vilify. Usually me, when my clients hire me, then I'm the villain, and then the family can go off and heal. So then that leads to the third book that I'm almost done with, and it's called The Healthy Business Handbook, and that teaches you how to create a business out of something you love to do, and ultimately get the business running itself so that you can make money from what you love to do, your knowledge of it more than being in the field doing it. I have a history in coaching businesses that don't have a storefront, which is the name of my business, AJ Inc. Mobile Media Marketing. For years, I just helped market mobile businesses and help them get on the presence online and put signs up in the neighborhoods and how to network around their current clients. But after years of coaching for business, I was watching my clients' families fail and my own families fail, and I realized that you really need a holistic approach to coaching. And so that's kind of my ultimate coaching tool that I'm going to use, and that's going to be starting here in the next couple of months. It's called the Balanced Life Wheel Mastermind. And if you're not sure what a mastermind is, it's something that business owners in the early 1900s would do. Fortune 500 company owners, CEOs, they tend to be part of masterminds where you meet with like-minded business owners that all make ungodly amounts of money in cutthroat ways like you do. That's just my interpretation. And then you use each other's ideas to manifest and to expand your business. I'm using the concept more for people who want to break free out of trauma. They want to become the programmer of their own unconscious mind. The mastermind that I'm creating is based on, I don't know if I came up with it in my head, probably not. I think it's kind of like a Chinese idea of a life wheel. It's a wheel with 12 spokes, and each spoke represents a part of your life. Like the first one I chose for my life wheel in the class is self-help, because the day you hit play on a video on how to help yourself and the day you get this book in your hands to read it, you're already starting your self-help journey. And that's the first principle that I teach, is if you just start working on getting 1% better in all these areas of your life every day, after 14 weeks, you're 150% better. So if you were only 1% good at it in the beginning with, after 14 weeks or so, you're at 2.5%. And if you just keep that going for your whole life, pretty soon you'll get that life wheel all the way out. The spokes will fill out all the way to the ends, and it will be a round wheel. And so we'll go around the wheel once a week with self-help, romantic relationships, mental health, emotional health. I put those together. And I have a chapter in each section on those areas, and the 4 doctors of my life that help me to really fix my brain in those areas. And so it'll just be an open conversation once a week for a group of people who want to do better in their life and want to learn how to program these unconscious areas of our life. Carl Jung said it the best. He said that until we make the unconscious things conscious, the unconscious will rule our life, and we will call it fate. So I'm creating a group of humans that are tired of calling our unconscious behavior fate. And what we want to do is make it conscious so that we can reprogram it. And that means everything about your life. I mean, just every little part about your life. You're like, I hate it that I do this. I hate that I treat my kids the way my mom treated me or my dad treated me. Those things are all changeable, and they're changeable very easily. The scary part is our inner child, our ego doesn't want to look at them and see how bad we're really behaving in those areas and take responsibility for it. But here's the bigger concept of my coaching, and this is really all you need. This video itself might be all you need. You might hear this, and it might set you straight on the path that every other one of my videos and books is going to teach you, is that all you have to do is connect your mind right now, who you are right this moment, with your past wounded child, because there are still parts of you that are stuck in your childhood and you haven't grown up yet because the adults around you weren't full adults and they taught you broken ways. And since then, you've developed your own beliefs and habits based on those broken ways that you were taught, and you've developed your own. So you have to go back and rescue that inner child. You have to give yourself the attention that you needed. And at the same time, you need to sit here as your present self, and you need to envision the person that you're going to be 10 years from now. But you need to take all the restrictions off your imagination, because you can't even see right now who you're going to be in 10 years. Because right now, the person that you're going to be in 10 years is doing things that you don't know is possible. So the more you sit in meditation and you connect with that future self, the more visions of your future you're going to get, and the more clear your path will become, because that future self has already done it. This might seem a little confusing, but time is linear. When I started, it's not linear. It's all happening at the same time. We experience it in a linear fashion. We experience this moment, and then this moment, and this moment, and yesterday, it seems like it was yesterday. But when I started practicing mindfulness, it was 2017. I remember it was literally a rainy December afternoon, and I was desperate, and I found this 20-minute meditation by Bob Proctor. It was on abundance. And at that point, I could see that I believed in abundance. I believed that I could wake up in the morning, put my heart into my business, and at the end of the day, I believed I deserved to have abundance, have a bank account that could pay all my bills, and maybe take my kids on vacation or to the beach. But I wasn't seeing it in my experience. And so I recognized that had to be a broken belief in my head. Somewhere that belief unconsciously was that I didn't deserve it, or I couldn't do it, or it was impossible. And I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what the belief was. I couldn't see it. It was unconscious, below my conscious level of awareness. And so that day in 2017, December, I did that first mindfulness. And the experience I had for the first time ever, just listening to somebody of a non-religious nature just tell me that I'm a divine being, that just like there's plenty of leaves on the tree, there's plenty of money for everyone, and that, it will come to me when the timing is right, that I don't work for money. Money is an exchange of energy. I've already put the energy out in building my business. The money will come back to me. It comforted me, and it was really like a spiritual experience. I felt what I would consider back then like the presence of God or something, just telling me that this is the right thing. Well, now, since 2017, I regularly, on every few months, I will sit with my past selves, and we will all listen to that, and I will look at all the versions of my past self, and I can see now how clearly I did not see who I was going to become. I did not see what was possible. At this point, if I had to go back to my 2017 self, I would have to tell that religious nutcase that nothing he believes is real, and that at this point I can bend matter and reality at will. He would probably call me the devil and get a pitchfork and start chasing me. So it's a good thing I couldn't see where I was going, because it would have scared me. And so you just have to trust me. You have to trust my words that there is nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong happening outside of you. There's no such thing as narcissist and empath and victim and villain. Those are roles that we play, and we willingly play them. And I can teach you how to get out of any role at any point, any day. I can teach you how to snap out of the role, and I can teach you how to become the hero. And once you learn how to do that, you'll want to do nothing more than just spend your day snapping out of the role of victim and snapping into hero. And once you're in hero mode, once you're in flow state, once you are in awareness and you're present, Christ consciousness rules your body. And at that point, and call it whatever you want, call it Holy Spirit, call it, I don't know. I don't put labels on it. That's what I run in my mind what I would consider a non-religion. I don't tell any stories about it. I just know that everyone calls that what I'm feeling the presence of God, and the best description that I can think to call it is Christ consciousness, because it is a state of mind where I can see the avatar I used to be. I can see the person that I thought I was. I can see that everything about that ego got crushed when my life fell apart. And now I can just pull from my experience. I can take the raw data And with the quantum processing computer that my unconscious mind is, I can analyze that data and it comes out in visions at this point. I will, like this video, I didn't know what to do or say in this video. And I spent all day yesterday trying to record it. And I just, my body wouldn't do it. I couldn't hit record on the camera. And so instead of worrying about it, I listened to reggae music and I visualized how I was gonna feel here in a few minutes when the video was done. And I captured that memory before it even happened. And that's how prayer works. You program tomorrow, today, in the still times, in your quiet meditation. You're not praying fervently for God's will to help you get the money you need. Like right now, just for this update, I probably have $1.50 cash in my pocket. I have $9 in my account, and in about 4 days, I have a $30 YouTube music is going to come out, and my ads are going to come back if I don't pay it. I don't sit here worrying about how I'm going to make money. At the same time, yesterday, while I was figuring out the feeling of this video being over, rather than trying to figure out what to say, because I already know what to say, I'm going to start doing these updates and all these videos in line as if I'm just talking to one new client. And that way you can get all the free stuff from these videos, and then at any point if you need help, then you'll be able to hire me and my time to help you. But hopefully I'm going to help 1 million people before anyone will even need my help. And in the meantime, I know that money is going to come from other areas, because while the time I was sitting here yesterday visualizing and memorizing the feeling of this video being done, I had in the back of my mind, well, I could grab a squeegee from the hardware store and go clean a few windows. I know how to swing a squeegee. And as I was sitting in my van, just kind of meditating and just wrapped up in the music, what I'm going to be doing when I'm done with this video, an old man walked by with a cane, and he walked up and saw a sign I have in my van for my music, and it says, "New album designed to promote unconscious positive thinking." And I watched him read it, and I could tell he was like, I don't care about music or whatever. He walks over and sits in front of my open van and says, "You mind if I sit down, young man?" And I'm thinking, young man? He must be way older than me. I was like, not at all. And he pulls out a little bag of weed, asks if I have a pipe. We smoke a little bit of weed, and he just starts telling me idea after idea of how he has made money in this neighborhood doing odd things like fixing people's headlights. Told me a whole idea about a little machine he has that you can pop tire wheels off and clean the rims and refinish them. He's like, "You do a better job than the guys with those trucks, and I can show you how to do it." Now, I was sitting in my van throwing out an idea to the universe of like, do I use my old skills? Do I really want to go back to slinging squeegees like an old Jehovah's Witness? Or do I want to keep using my skills? Or is there an easier way to make money? Or what do I do? But I wasn't wrapped up in that. I trust in the knowing that something's going to happen. And this old man was just compelled to go sit in front of my van and start telling me different ideas to make money. And the meaning I got out of it was the universe was laughing, saying, you could do all of that stuff if you want, or you could just sit your ass down and make a video and your clients will start calling you. So I tell you all of that to say that once you get secure in the fact that you are fine right now, you're a divine being with the power of the universe inside of your body, you just don't know how to direct it right now. Your attention has been weaponized. The authorities around you, the corporations that control everything, the media and all that, they've weaponized your attention, and they've started a war with your attention with short TikTok videos. That's why all my videos are going to be 4 hours long. I try to make them as short as I can. But once you realize there's a fight for your attention, just take it back. Just put the screen down and sit in nature for 10 minutes, knowing that you are a divine being. And once you remove all the fear from your past, then you will take that fear and transmute it into love. And with the unlimited amount of love that you can create, you can literally change matter. I have recognized somebody's pain in passing and said 2 words to them and watched them burst into tears and heal in front of my eyes. And it that is just the natural consequence of a human healing themselves, is you gain that power. So just create your own rituals of mindfulness to get your attention focused longer and longer. In the old days, it used to be playing an instrument. That's one of the things I'm going to be teaching is guitar, bass, and drums on through my courses, because for years I taught people how to play an instrument, and what that means is every day for 20 minutes to 5 hours they would sit at home practicing mindfulness by focusing their attention on creating body memories, creating unconscious body memories consciously. And so in self-help, all we do is we unbury unconscious behavior and make it conscious so that we can fix it. And a metaphor for doing the opposite of that is learning new skills, painting, even biking, hiking, getting out in nature. These are the opposite of engaging in toxic things. So if you're trying to fight an addiction, start a new addiction with something better. So we're about 20 minutes. I will let you go here. That's my update. I just want to thank everyone who subscribed here recently. I went from like 10 subscribers to 23 in like minutes. It felt like I had 40 hours of watch time last month on my Why I Left Jehovah's Witnesses video. And so there's plenty more to come. I have a lot of stuff for my XJW brethren and sisterin, but I also have tons of stuff for just my fellow humans that want a healthier family, that maybe are starting a business but don't want to build a business only to have their home life fall apart. Look ahead to this Balanced Life Wheel Mastermind. I'm going to make it very affordable. I'm going to have different levels. The top few tiers are going to be a couple thousand a month, but that will come with hours of one-on-one coaching with me. And as kind of a special announcement with this update, I'm rolling around the idea in my head to offer a few spots to maybe new business owners to that highest level to get some personal coaching, and then a couple of spots for my XJW community, what we call PMOs, people who are physically in, mentally out of the religion. These are people who are stuck in the religion and they know they're going to lose their whole family if they leave. And I was thinking to give a couple of these thousands of dollars a month packages with coaching to a couple of them to help get their mental ability, because I wish I would have had it before I came out, because I made so many mistakes. And I ultimately lost complete connection with my children. And possibly, if my future self could have traveled in time, I could have stopped that. But there's no way of telling. I don't ever go back and wish what if. But goddamn, if I could change my kids not talking to me, or if I could help one person not have that experience, then it would definitely be worth it. So, and since I'm getting everything up and running right now, I'm very interested in trading services. So if you know someone who would like my services but knows how to set up a website, especially groove.cm, that's the website I'm using, and it does everything. I have a lifetime membership for it, but I don't know how to connect all the inner working pieces. And so I'm very open to trade. I'm trying to do 7 more videos for the rest of the songs on my album, Love Trust, I produced last year, called Love Becomes Our Form. And so if you're a video producer and you want to help me with 1 or 2 of those videos in some kind of a trade, I'm down for trading. So thank you for watching. I appreciate everything, you guys, and I love you all. Have a wonderful day.